I like A&M scheduling a press conference before Deion Sanders could talk, because I'm curious to hear what Deion hasn't really said, other than tweets, anything yet.
No, he threatened to last night, but he never really followed up from what I saw.
So, he said a couple of tweets, but that's it. Saying he doesn't even make $1 million at Jackson State, and Travis Hunter was apparently paid $1 million.
Which Travis Hunter fired back by saying, "Well, why are my?" And I forget the exact number, but he's like, "Why are my mom and 3 siblings or whatever, all living in a 2-bedroom?" It was something along those
5
lines.
5 kids in a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's true. I do think this on Travis Hunter. I told Levi, said this earlier. NIL or no NIL, Travis Hunter went to play for Deion Sanders because he's obsessed with Deion Sanders. He grew up wanting to be Deion Sanders, and Deion very, astutely made the point of, I hear you're a fan of me. Why don't you come and we can be best friends here? That, and I can coach you. So why would you not do that?
Well, you're supposed to pick, I don't know
where you want to be, but yeah.
Yeah, you would think that in your decision, or at least the way that it was for a majority of people, was picking the right coach for you and the right place and the right program. And I think that's where, I don't even know if concern's too much of a word, but I think that's where it's getting lost, like just picking somewhere because that's where the money is. And hey, if folks want to do that, that's fine. But that's, I think, part of the argument.
Well, look, I think a lot of places the money is probably going to be about the same. And if you're just in it for the money, then there's nowhere that you're going to go that's going to be perfect for you. But if you are looking at all things being equal, that you can make some good money at all the schools you go to if you're one of these recruits, then you should pick the best one. Now, that's the rational way to look at it. I don't know if that's ever going to come in because, somebody, even like Tennessee's got this $8 million thing allegedly out there. Couldn't you really turn that down if you didn't want to go to Tennessee?
Well, I think it's a bunch of old people like us talking about it and not being 17, 18 years old and having Nick Saban offering me however much money that he allegedly doesn't offer, or Jimbo Fisher that he allegedly doesn't offer, or whatever, because they're not attached to these NIL collectives at all. But, yeah, it's different when you're in those shoes. So, it's one thing to be sitting there on the outside looking in and talking about these money figures. But if you're 17, 18 years old in Tennessee, let's say that happened. I have no idea if it did or not. But people say, well, you think they really offered $8 million? Sure. Why not? Why would that? Is there some figure that you think is like the line where that nobody would offer that much? So yeah, I believe it. I believe everything that's being said, and I'm not even like mad about any of it. Like if Lincoln Riley tampered, okay, he did. If so-and-so tampered, okay, they did. If you offered a quarterback $8 million, okay, you did. Like I don't even care about any of that, honestly. I mean, the tampering part, if that's going on to the extent that some coaches are referring it to, that's where I do have an issue. Because, a kid signed up to play, or a young man signed up, or a young woman signed up to play for a program. And, that should mean something. But then, you get like, well, coaches make the, and then it gets into the weeds and whatever.
What did Abram Smith tell us when he joined us? I don't know if it was before the draft. I guess it was when he said something about his junior year, as he sometimes was walking out of the stadium or walking. Well, he had people coming up to him offering him deals, incentives to go somewhere else. So it's going to happen. It's not because Jordan Addison today committed to USC that they're the ones being singled out. It wouldn't surprise me if everybody's doing it. Exactly. I think they were doing it. Hell, they did it when Baylor and Art Briles had that dumpster fire. You don't think everyone started blowing up those guys who signed scholarships with Baylor phones? How did they find out who was interested? Easily, fast, quickly. And it could be a third party. Trace Ford is at Oklahoma State, and I sent this